Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we're going to take a look at what the possible G3 course series 3 might look like and a new beach themed line, so stay tuned and let's get into it. So the idea kind of spawned when I saw on Twitter at the daily at the Dolly News posted these the first one here we're going to talk about G3 Core Series 3 and not even specifically like Core Series 3, they just mentioned a hashtag G3 and then they listed a bunch of pictures of G1 characters. Now to me this could be potential for the Core Series 3 because Series 2 obviously is gonna be made up of Claude, Abby for the first half, and in the second half we're still not sure, but I made a whole video about who I think has the most likelihood of getting into the second half of Series 2. Basically it's Nephra, Helene, and Spectra for sure. And then I think maybe they want to add a second boy because there will be enough time left between the two halves. So maybe they want to add another boy in for representation. So maybe that could be Heath or Manny, you know, or if they don't want to add another boy because they already have Claude, even if he's from the first half, they could also add in, oh my gosh, who else did I? Oh my gosh, I'm flanking, flaking. I don't know who else I had in my video. Oh my god. So Nephra, so Scalita, no, because she's getting Skulltimate Secrets release. The Werecats, no, because they're getting released in a 2-pack. Who else? Oh my gosh, who else? Who am I forgetting here? Spectra, Helene, and Nephra. Those 3 characters, and then plus Heath. And if Heath doesn't happen, then who else? Oh my gosh, who else? I guess I don't know. I guess really only those 3 characters. If they don't include Heath, then it would only be Nephra, Helene, and Spectra, which to me is still like a good number. 5 characters, you know, still good overall for Series 2. But I do feel like Heath might get released as well. Like, it just makes sense. Like, he's been in so much promotional material, and he's always in like all the, you know, group shots. Like, he's the second main boy character besides Claude and Deuce. So I feel like he just makes sense. Even if people don't like him, I feel like the doll might look better. And I feel like, you know, because the design on the series, people don't like. So I feel like doll version of Heath will look better. I feel like it can only look better, right? I feel like we should just have hope that he will look better as a doll. His design might change even with a spicier looking outfit. I mean, you know, who knows? It could just look completely better, and we're all shocked at the way he turned out. So you never know, never say never, but I definitely feel like, you know, Heath will get released sooner or later. It's just a matter of which series he's going to be released in. I do hope he gets released in a proper core series because G1 Heath got released in a 2-pack with Abby, and I believe there was like a couple Heath dolls but not many, and so we never really got a proper like core Heath doll, which I think here they should fix. So definitely a core series. Please don't just give us Heath or Manny in like a 2-pack style, you know, like I want a proper release, you know what I mean, like with a pet, accessories, you know, just don't do like with G1, because like Manny, the only Manny doll infamously is a 2-pack that was like a SDCC collector exclusive, and it's so expensive. So, and then Heath, like I mentioned, there's like barely any Heath dolls, and the ones that do exist are really not much very interesting material. So I really hope that they kind of like right their wrongs and like do proper releases of Heath and Manny. But anyways, if Heath doesn't get released, then again, Nephra, Helene, and Spectra for sure. In Series 2, I'm calling it. Like, it's happening. They're not just going to release. We know that there's going to be 2 halves. We know there's going to be 2 halves of Series 2, and Abby and Claude are just part of the first half. Going back to the other characters here on the tweet, we have Venus, Rochelle, Rebecca, Operetta, Jackson/Hold Tide, and Slow-Mo. So I guess these could be contestants for returning characters in G3, but also for the core series 3 as well. Now, what do I think? Do I think these are solid options? Definitely yes. I feel like Venus, Rochelle, Rebecca, they all have a very big design factor that's just very unique. They look very unique, very, original. So I feel like they will probably want to bring back those characters because they are also very much fan favorites, especially Rochelle and Venus and all of them, honestly. And then Operetta is I believe she was released at the same time, like with Nefra and Torlai. And Nefra and Torlai are both gonna get dolls. Torlai already has a doll. And Nefra, I for sure think she will get released in Core Series 2, as I mentioned before. So that leaves Operetta last. And so I definitely feel like Operetta would be next as well to be released in G3 as Core Series 3. And then the last characters are Slow-Mo and then Holt and Jackson Hyde. Now, Slow-Mo, I'm sad to say probably not, just because he's a fan favorite. He's like a fan favorite because, he is in a couple with Gulia, I think, right? So they make a cute couple. So maybe they want to introduce him because of Gulia as a love interest, maybe. And I guess they could do that. Eventually I feel like he could come back. But then, Gulia talks now. So would that mean that Slow-Mo also will be able to talk as well, like normal? That would be very uncanny because we've never heard him talk. But then again, I guess we never heard Gulia talk in G1 and now she talks. So I guess they could do that. They could bring him back and he just talks normally, which again it would take some adjustment, but I can definitely see them doing that. I just don't see if there's a demand for a G3 Slow-Mo doll. You know what I mean? I just don't know if there's a market for him. But I definitely feel like down the road he will show up, just probably not for the Core Series 3. And then for Jackson and Holt Hyde, I don't know. That's kind of difficult because obviously they're two different designs, two different characters in one person. So G1 released Jackson alongside Rochelle, Venus, and Rebecca, and Holt got released alongside Gulia in the, I guess, technically Wave 1.2, lineup, because Gulia and Holt got released after the original Wave 1 dolls. So I guess they could do it like that again, where they release Jackson and Holt separately in, separate boxes and their, own unique accessories, and maybe it's the same. And maybe they will have the same pet chameleon that can change colors. Or maybe they will release them in a 2-pack. So it's more affordable and more practical since they're both in one pack. I'm not sure. That's really just talking in case they do come back. Do I see them coming back? I definitely feel like they should come back because Holt, at least, he was a big love interest for Frankie, so maybe they can play around with that, especially because Holt and Jackson also kind of maybe they could play around with them being more androgynous, maybe the style, maybe, so I feel like there's a lot of potential there for just to experiment, design wise. I feel like there's a lot that they could do there with the designs of Jackson and Holt. I'm just not sure if they're willing to go there, and if they would want to invest, money and time into boy characters that, ultimately will probably not sell as well, even if they are beloved. So it really depends on what Mattel wants to do. So, but I definitely feel like they will come back in this series, for sure, just as dolls. In the Core Series 3 lineup, I'm not sure. And then, of course, we have this beach-themed line. The tweet says, Spring 2024, are you ready to meet Scaradize Resort? And to clarify, this is not a reproduction of the Gloom Beach dolls. The whole point here is that we're getting a new line of G3 dolls, but it's just a beach themed line. This image with the Gloom Beach dolls is just a placeholder image. So, but thinking of it, every doll line like Rainbow High, Monster High, Bratz, they all have in the early years of their production, they all come out with beach themed lines, because beach themed dolls are just so easy to make because they have barely any clothing. And then, it's very simple, very minimalistic. Rainbow High, I mean, they were more expensive, Pacific Coast High, but they came with less stuff. Monster High had Gloom Beach, right? They were cheaper. They were, in slimmer boxes. Bratz had a ton of beach themed lines. I'm not even sure, how many. So I'm sure that it just makes sense for G3 to also have a beach themed line. I mean, they already have a winter themed line with Skulltimate Secrets Series 2. They already have the prom line checked because with Monster Ball. So they're going off of, like the stereotypical, the cliche doll lines, it makes sense. It sells for a reason. They also had the sleepover themed line, right? With Creepover Party. So having a beach themed line just makes sense here. But the question is, is it gonna be like which characters, how expensive, and like, is the quality gonna drop? Like, are they just gonna, make these into budget dolls, which with less articulation, maybe painted on bathing suits? Like, I really hope that this beach themed line, which apparently is coming out next year. I don't think so. I think maybe, I guess next year. I don't know if this year it'll happen anymore. It's spring, right? It's summer soon, so maybe next year makes sense. So, but I really just hope that they don't cheap out here with the beach line, because Barbie is doing that all the time with color reveal, with the painted on tops, and people don't like it. So I really just hope that Mattel puts in the effort and budget to give these dolls actual fabric bathing suits, and some cute designs. I mean, we had the swim line from Monster High that was really cute. They all had there were so many dolls. There were like 3 waves of dolls, and every doll had a really cute neon design. It's really cute. So I really hope they do something like that. That's just very simple, but still like very, very creative design wise. Now, it is questionable as to why at the Dolly News, would gatekeep information from us regarding these subjects. Like all they did was tease us basically with some kind of like very, like just a short little caption, a picture, and that's it. Like, that's it. You're not going to give us anything more. Like, I do question like if there is even any like any legitimate backing behind these tweets. Like, is there actual things here that we don't know about, like actual information, or is it just speculation? Which, I mean, that's also fine, because I feel like either way, a beach themed line makes sense. It's probably gonna happen, and then more returning characters also make sense. They're gonna bring back more characters for sure, and the characters that they pointed out are they do really seem to be like the next in line that would return, realistically speaking, and then they would also, of course, get it made into dolls, probably get released in the next course series, which is course series 3. So I do think there's some logic behind these speculations, these theories. It's just weird that if they do have information, why are they not sharing it? But anyways, it was fun to just speculate about like, what is the future of Monster High G3 gonna hold? Like, and it's gonna hold much more than this as well. Like, it's just so fascinating. So let's see what happens. I think so far it's been good. It's been okay. I definitely feel like Skulltimate Secrets is like the strongest design wise line we've had so far. Core series was good, but not every character was a hit. So it really depends, like where do we go from here, But yeah, that was the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know what you think down below. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already, so you don't miss out when I post more content like this coming your way daily and keeping you up to date with all the adulty you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time stay peachy. Kisses.